and sit down.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rips. And of course, I am your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated Superstar Tim Vicious. And we're gonna go over Raw this week was in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, before we do want to remind everyone, we are a WWE Shop affiliate. So, if you are watching this on my personal YouTube page or listening to this in audio form, go in the description tab and click the link. If you're watching this on the Main Event Wrestling Network's YouTube page, scan that QR code right there and it will take you to WWE Shop. Make whatever purchases you want, and we here at the Vicious Studios will receive a small nominal commission for whatever items you purchase, and in turn, those purchases, those commissions, help us improve the show for you. And folks, I'm gonna level with you. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. If you have a discount code, any kind of promo code that gives you however much off, 5, 10, 15, 50% off your order, if you got a code for free overnight shipping, any of that, go for it, use it. You could still use whatever discount code you want when you use our WWE Shop affiliate link. Now, with that said, also folks, we are still running the contest on my personal YouTube page, youtube.com/Tim3Vicious. My personal YouTube page breaks over 500 subscribers before the Royal Rumble at the beginning of February. Well, then one random subscriber will win Vicious Rants apparel courtesy of yours truly, out of my own personal pocket, out of my own personal expenses. I will reach out to you and say, hey, insert name of person here. Congratulations, you won. I will send you out whichever design and type of shirt you want from our merchandise store. Because we have unisex tees, we have women's tees, long sleeves, toddler tees, baby onesies, and they come in two really great designs. I'm wearing the more infamous, often imitated, never duplicated design. We also have one which is quite possibly my most infamous saying, if you love me, great. If you hate me, well, you know. So, by all means, just make sure to remember, subscribe to the channel, and you will have a chance of winning. So with that said, folks, we are coming to the end of an era, because this is the second to last Raw before moving to Netflix, and it's surreal because I remember being a kid when Raw first started out on TV and on Monday nights, and literally arguing with my parents because I did not want to sign up for Little League Baseball because practice was on Mondays and I did not want to miss Monday Night Wrestling. It's surreal seeing it go, because I remember seeing it when it first started on USA, and then the move to TNN, Spike TV, then the homecoming back to USA, and now they're going to Netflix. And I'm going to predict this now. Within 5 years' time, 2030, within 5 years' time, we are going, all major wrestling shows, all major wrestling television shows are going to be streaming exclusive. Terrestrial cable television is slowly being phased out. The only thing keeping cable TV alive is sports and news. If it wasn't for those two things alone, poof, it'd be gone. It'd already be dead and done and forgotten. But yeah, by 2030, I'm predicting all major pro wrestling TV shows are going to be exclusively streaming on whatever channels, on whatever are just going to be streaming exclusive. So, with that said now we're going to switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rebound. And the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. Well, it started out with the Bloodline coming out, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Solo! I love you, Solo! Out there. Solo hyping up the fact that he's got Tribal Combat coming up on the Raw on Netflix against Roman Reigns to determine who is the true Tribal Chief. And as he's doing that, hyping it up, then next thing you know, Drew McIntyre's music hits, and it's just like, oh, wow. Okay, business is about to pick up. Because, and using comic book reference here, folks, it'd be like if Dr. Doom walked into a room that Thanos was in, and it's just like, okay, this is serious now. Wow. Okay. So, yeah. Then Drew gets in there, mugs everyone, and next thing you see Solo say to him, you know, I really enjoyed seeing you kick my brother last week. Referencing when he claymored Jey Uso. Then Drew got on the mic. You know, I really did enjoy it myself. And they had a pleasantry of words were exchanged, and to basically sum up what was said, Drew and Solo were basically saying to each other, you know, we're going to go and do our own thing, and at the end, if we cross paths, nothing personal, man, but I'm going to get you. And I get that that's not exactly what got said. Again, I am paraphrasing and summing it up based on how I interpreted it. So, before anyone wants to come at me, well, that's not what was said, it was this, blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah. So, after all that was done, Jimmy Uso came up out of nowhere, pulled Drew out of the ring, then started wailing on him, throwing out some shots on him. Then we wound up getting Andrade, Apollo Crews, and L.A. Knight, yeah! Dummy, yeah, let me talk to you. All come out, and then next thing you know, we get a six-man tag. We get some six-man tag action going on. It was a good match. Solo and the Bloodline wound up getting the win. Not much of a surprise there because you want to have the Bloodline built up strong, especially with Tribal Combat coming up, right? So, then we had Braun Strowman have a match against Carmelo Hayes again, but it was the backdrop that led to the match was the Grayson Waller effect. Grayson Waller and Aries had called out Strowman, and honestly, there really wasn't much to it for Waller in theory to be there. It was just like, okay, this is the backdrop, and then we're going to introduce these two guys to have this action here. So that was it. Yeah, that's all. But it was your typical big man versus small man match. Hayes wound up getting the win, though, via a countout. So, alright. We're going to wind up getting a rubber match against them. I guarantee that. And then we wound up having Alex Shelley going against Johnny Gargano. And oh my god, I did so enjoy this match. I liked this match. I really did. Excuse me. Johnny wound up getting a win, using some dirty, cheating, heel-like tactics. And I cannot complain because I like Johnny as heel. He can be a good bad guy. There is no denying that. And then the show ended with Bianca Belair and Naomi defending the women's tag titles against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. And this match came to be because at first Nick Aldis, he was talking to Bianca saying, hey, listen, Jade is out. She's out for an undisclosed amount of time. You can't be walking around as a tag champ without a tag partner. So, as he's about to go and strip the titles off of her. Naomi steps in. Whoa, 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 hold up. What if I step in, be your partner? And then Nick and Bianca kind of both just look like, wait, what? And Naomi's like, no, listen. It's been done before. I get it's a little different, but I think me and you, we could do this. What do you say? And Bianca just kind of looks. You really want this? Alright, yeah. Alright, Nick. And then Nick Aldis like, alright, we'll do it. So then we get this match. It was a good match. I dug it, and we're still getting, it looks like we're getting more and more of eventually Tiffany Stratton's gonna break away from Nia because she's gonna have enough of her being treated like yesterday's news, basically, because now Candice is in the mix. But Bianca and Naomi, they wound up getting a win, so Naomi is now officially one half of the women's tag champs. And my son actually brought up an interesting point because he was watching this show with me, and he looked at me and he was like, hey Dad, Jay got attacked in the back, right? Yeah. Nobody knows who did it, right? Yeah. Well, what if Naomi was the one that did the attack just that way she could get closer to a title? And then eventually, if not the tag, then eventually work her way to the women's title. You are a clever little bastard. You know that? Because I would do something that dastardly and sneaky. That is clever. Love the fact that the boy thinks like that. Anyways. So that was it for SmackDown. So with that said, let's get into this week's show. Raw, Boston. It starts out with Drew McIntyre coming out. Talks about on how, nobody's seen him since Hell in a Cell. He had 14 staples in his head. His back was pretty much being held his back felt like it was pretty much being held together with duct tape and super glue, and he was running out of both. And that he was in the absolute worst pain ever because it was the worst fight he'd ever been in his life. And just, yeah. And then he talked about on how, nobody knew where I was. I was back home in Scotland. I had to take care of personal issues. I don't know, nobody knows this, but I had family I lost. And I had to go over there and be there for them. Because everyone wants this. Everyone wants this. But nobody knows what it's like to have to do this. 365 days a year. Always on the road, non-stop. We're always moving. I have missed birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, funerals. All of it. And this is what I get. You people vilify me because when I call out hypocrisy, like with Cody teaming with Roman, or the hypocrisy with CM Punk coming back, I'm the villain. I'm in the wrong. No. And then out comes Sami Zayn. Sami looks at him like, hey, listen, man. I didn't know you had to go through that. And I'm sorry you did. I had to go through stuff like that myself. And I get it. But here's the thing. We knew what we were signing up for. We knew what we had to do to get this job. And we did it. And we do it every damn day. I have missed birthdays. Just like you said, I have missed birthdays, weddings, anniversaries. I've missed my son's birthday plenty of times. But you know what? I still get up and I still go. And I don't cry and complain about it one minute. Neither should you. And keep in mind, I'm paraphrasing this all. But then Sami wound up hitting the nail on the head saying, listen, Jay didn't do nothing wrong. Jay did what he needed to do to help take out Solo. I did what I needed to do as Sami Uso to help take out the bloodline. And you just want to go and you want to keep crying victim? No. No, you ain't victim. You ain't victim at all. And then Sami winds up calling Drew out for a match. Drew looks at him. You know, I wouldn't do that if I were you. You didn't do too well at Saturday night's main event. And your track record against me pretty much speaks for itself. So, you're really what you want? Yeah, it is. Okay. And then they start to go at it for a minute, and then next thing you know, Sami gets saved from Jay. Excuse me. Gets saved from Jey Uso. And then, yeah. Separated. Then the main event match is going to be Drew and Sami. We'll get to that in a moment. But for right now, we're going to get into our first match of the night. Triple threat for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Now, Kairi Sane was attacked and taken out of the tournament last week via Shayna Baszler and her crew, Pure Fusion Collision. So, they wind up talking to Adam Pearce. Sonya winds up saying, hey, listen, Adam, Kairi's out. So, to help you with this spot of trying to find a replacement, I volunteer my services. I'll fill in for it. And then Adam just looks like, no, you're the reason she is out. So you know what? No, you're out. You're not in it at all, one bit. Her replacement, Kairi Sane's replacement, will be, in fact, Io Sky. And that match is going to be taking place now. So, we got Io Sky, Alba Fyre, and Natayla all going against each other. Nice, quick, fast action at the start of the match. Probably my favorite spot in the match had to be the running suicide dive Io did, and at first it looks like just like a normal suicide dive, but the way Io ran, and then when she went through the ropes and then hit Natayla, and then just her landing is what impressed me, because she hit and then just boom, boom, rolled with it like natural. It was almost seeing like, I don't want to say like a gymnastic routine, but it felt like it was just second nature, like breathing or blinking. Like, wow. Like, she went through and then just rolled naturally and then got back up on her feet like nothing happened. Like, okay, that was impressive. Really good action, and it, you know, I can't say one person in particular led this match. It was just everyone went for each other at any point in time. But match came to an end when Io wound up doing the over the sky moonsault to Natayla for the 1-2-3. That was it. So yeah. Next up we had Chad Gable going against Akira Tozawa, and Gable was just leading from start to finish. I wouldn't say he was putting him on the ass end of an ass kicking, but it wasn't one of those kind of matches. It was just Gable was just leading throughout the whole time. At the end, Gable had the ankle lock in, refused to let go at first, and then finally did the one thing I always gripe and complain about. If you're doing pro wrestling and somebody has an ankle lock on, why aren't you scissor the damn leg, grapevine the damn leg, and hold on to it so that way they can't pull? And then as he's doing that, then Otis comes in, yanks him off, and then gives a big stare down to Gable, to where then the Creed brothers get behind Chad like, whoa. You got a problem, big man? Go on. And Otis just standing his ground like, rip! Hulk, like the Incredible Hulk, rips his shirt off, just standing there like, yeah, oh yeah. So, and they did announce that next week we're going to have Gable and Otis, so cool. After that, next matchup we had was Dominik Mysterio going against Damian Priest, and this came to be because they showed the Judgment Day sitting in the back, all miserable and gloating because Finn and JD aren't tag champs. Finn's miserable, talking about on how I'm supposed to be a double champ right now, but now I'm not because of Priest. And then you just see Liv. Raquel, tell Finn I told him he should have listened to me. And if he did, he would have been a double champ. And then you see Finn. JD, tell Liv, so-and-so. And they were going back and forth like that for a minute. And all the while, you see Carlito in the background looking like, what? Why are you guys talking to each other like this? And then Dom's like, enough! It's Christmas time. We should be getting along. We're family. No need for us to fight. So you know what? I'm a man up. I'm going to do what's needed. I'm going to go talk to Pierce and get a match against Priest so that way we can fix this. And then it gets left at that. So now we come to the match. And Dom, very much so, chicken shit healing right at the start of the match. And, you know, I got to say, just going over, Dom debuted rough in 2020. So to see where he started from there up to now, 4 going on 5 years into his career, it's just wow, he has changed. Excuse me. He has progressed leaps and bounds to where he's one of the more hated guys in the business. Like, wow. It's nuts. It really is. And it's nuts in a good way. You know? But Priest was straight up wrecking Dom during the entire match. And it came to an end via a DQ when Priest went over to Asana, attacked him, yanked the beard off, only to discover we'd been duped, tricked, shanghaied, smickledorfed even. Okay, I know that's not really a word, but I'm sure you can agree with me that in fact Santa was JD McDonough. And then as he's doing that, then the rest of the Judgment Day come out, and then it proceeds to be a 4-on-1 beatdown. War Raiders come out, they go to even the odds. Then they show a backstage segment with Priest talking to the Raiders, saying, "Hey, listen, guys, I appreciate the save." And Ivar saying, "Listen, we haven't always been on we've always been on opposite sides of the ring against each other. But there's a sense of honor amongst us." I kind of felt like that was an old Ring of Honor reference, but then Priest, "Listen, if you guys are going to go to war against Judgment Day, count me in." And then just like, "Alright, yeah, cool, man. Alright, catch you later." So we're going to get trios action with that. We're going to get 6-man tag action. Next up, we got The Miz going against Dexter Lumis, and this is Dexter Lumis' first singles match in WWE in several years. So, wow. Wow. That is something when you think about it, huh? But either way, it was a good match. Dexter, he was leading. He was leading and just unloading on the Miz. I didn't know on how else to put it. He was just wrecking him. Like, I wouldn't say he was going at him like he owed him money, but he was on him like a cat grabbing a mouse. Like, nope, you ain't done yet. I'ma kill you. And he was just unloading on him something fierce. Match ended via a disqualification when Cross and AOP stepped in and attacked Dexter, and then all Final Testament and Miz cornered Lumis in the ring, and all you see is Lumis put his arms up, lights go out, and you hear dun, dun, dun. And then when the lights come back on, you see all of the Wyatt Six. Well, not all of them. You see Harper, Gacy, and Nikki Cross all on the sides of the ring, and they're just like, whoa! So they all wind up wrecking and taking out Final Testament. And then you see Rowan powerbomb Nikki Cross onto them, which I'm not gonna lie was kind of cool to see. But yeah, so now we come to main event of the night: Drew McIntyre versus one Ole Sami Zayn. And excuse me, seasonal cough, I'm sorry. And it is very much Sami. He was leading at the start of at first, and then Drew just wound up leading and straight up murked Sami. I mean, he would murder him, just straight up. Oof, damn. He was all sorts of mean, bad, and nasty on him. Like, oh, you want to make comments about me about when the old man said I was the chosen one, huh? Okay, well, wham! Like, he was unloading on him about that. Like that. So, yeah. Match came to an end when Drew wound up popping a Claymore on Sami. 1, 2, 3. After that, then he started to get ready to go. Excuse me. Then wind up getting a save from Jey Uso to avoid a post-match beatdown from Drew. And then after that, then the Bloodline shows up and starts working on Jey, and as they're doing that, Drew just slowly, almost kind of like the Homer Simpson creeping into a bush thing, Drew just kind of creeped out, and then just walked away like, huh, okay, yeah, go on, boys, I'll see you later. Like that. And then the Bloodline proceeded to go and beat the living piss out of Jey and Sami. So yeah, that was it. And that is it for this week's show, folks. So please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes when you can. If you're listening to this on audio form, hit the follow button and leave us a 5-star review if you feel we've earned it. We are trying to build up the audio platform. It is a new medium for us. Thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. There are a little bit of wrestling, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Also, folks, remember to check out OneManeuver.net for Vicious Rants apparel. We got t-shirts, tanks, long sleeves, baby onesies, toddler tees, women's tees. Super soft, super comfortable. Perfect gift for somebody you love, somebody you hate, or a shirt to give to Goodwill. Just so that way you can hold on to your stuff. Also, folks, do not forget to follow these cool-ass cats right there on the Twitter. DSB_IV, main event _net, the main event wrestling network. A Twitter account. Sergeant Curry Pants 3 Count Thursday and D Dryer 1986. And folks, like I always tell you, you love me great.
Shut up and sit down.
And if you hate me, fuck you.